Talk about a man who has been on Rutten and Ranallo,
Who's been blessed as well.
and who has been very blessed. And on Saturday, well, he set all kinds of records and received the ultimate blessing as, yes, Max Holloway is the new UFC featherweight champion. He did it in style, vanquishing Jose Aldo in Aldo's backyard in Brazil, where he is a hero. You saw the audience crying when at the end it was a systematic beatdown. So take us through what you saw Saturday night in Brazil, the changing of the guard at 145.
Well, the weirdest thing right away was, and it was really smartly done, was Holloway came out as orthodox, and he started just more. He had more movement than Aldo. Aldo connected with punches and he follows up, But Holloway every time survives the footwork, and Holloway is one of those guys who feels out his opponent, and then suddenly he's got the distance, and then he starts getting to work. Now Holloway kept jabbing the body. Aldo also used straights and jabs to the body, which I like now. And this was cool because a lot of people were complaining about it. When Aldo threw his first right low kick, he immediately got countered with a straight punch. It didn't fully connect, but it was a warning, and I think that was maybe the reason. Because first of all,
really,
think about
because
this. Why
that's
do you think
usually his bread and butter, and the fact that he talked all week
didn't
about doing
he didn't
low
throw it
kicks.
against. He didn't throw it against that. That's why.
But one punch and that's it? You're going to totally abandon one of your biggest weapons?
Normally a southpaw, how is you going to low kick him? With the inside leg, with the back leg? It's
He's
way
the
too
greatest
fast.
featherweight in the world, according to many people.
So that's why I thought Holloway on purpose went for orthodox, and that's baiting him to give him a right low kick. Please give me a right low kick.
Sure.
So I counter with the right straight. He
And
did
he
it
did
only
that.
once, and he never threw a right low kick again.
So what?
I don't know. I don't know.
No,
It's
I
my
understand.
conspiracy theory.
But what did you? So take us through the rest of the fight. Your notes that you made there.
It was good. Holloway landed his first combination, then the second, and he started to find his reach. And, at the end of the round, Aldo comes with a good combination. This fight was getting better and better. And I'm talking about this was the second round. Then it started slowly but surely. Now Holloway start taking over the fight. Aldo, I love the knee he was throwing to the body that I was talking about in the breakdown before. Then Aldo lands some 1-2 and immediately another 1-2 over the top. And he drops Aldo. He jumps on top, just is on top. A great balance, the way he kept his position the whole time, going for an RNC. Then he goes back on top and he started hitting. And Big John McCarthy saw enough. He was crawling up on all fours. He didn't defend. He was just taking the blows. Even though it was on the defense, they will say in the rules meeting, once you do that and you don't improve your position, they will stop the fight. And they stopped the fight. And when you saw Aldo, they needed to stop the fight.
Intelligently defend yourself, and a crushing defeat. A new champion, the coronation of Max Holloway, just 25 years old, boss, has now won 11 consecutive fights. And to be able to do it in Brazil, in hostile territory, the belly of the beast, use whatever cliche we want, shows the level that he is now competing at and the maturity. But what especially impressed you about Max Holloway approach to Aldo on Saturday night?
Just the calmness, the lateral movement, moving to the side, staying outside the reach, feeling him out, and slowly but surely just finding his reach and then getting it. And I had mentioned this before because I'm extremely proud of it. He fought Dustin Poirier, his first fight
in the UFC.
Yeah, 2012. I mean, he was 19 years old. It was in the first round that Poirier won the fight. And we talked about it on Inside MMA, and I said, I know he lost, but I think he's going to be a champion.
Right.
That's the first thing I said because I could see the movement and the confidence in this kid. He was young. And then he comes back, win a few fights. And he has 2 losses in a row. One, the split decision, but McGregor, of course.
Yes, the last time he lost was to McGregor. And now, of
11,
course,
right,
there are people who are saying, well, Conor McGregor never lost the featherweight title. It was taken away from him last November by the UFC when he won the lightweight championship against Eddie Alvarez. But as we just mentioned, McGregor holds a victory over Max Holloway. Holloway, of course, would love to have a rematch and try to right that wrong. I don't think we'll ever see McGregor at 145, and maybe we'll never see
him
McGregor
in MMA again, especially if the boxing
the
will
fight
happen.
goes through with the fight. The boxing match with Floyd Mayweather comes to fruition. But for Max Holloway now, second Hawaiian champion after BJ Penn. And this, come on, let's bring a UFC event to Hawaii. I know the time difference and the logistics and the amount, the fact that they've got to find the right equipment.
Start 3 hours earlier, right? Come on, that's not bad.
It's not exactly friendly to putting an event on, I know. But still, they deserve it. And with his performance, And the way I just love the way he talks now. And at the end of the press conference, surprise, surprise, surprise! It's the beginning of the blessed era. Welcome. So I like these guys who know that yes, you have to still be able to sell yourself, and you don't have to be a caricature or over the top or be the best talker, but be the best you. And Max Holloway's got it all right now, man.
You know, when we interviewed him, his confidence is just, man, comes out of his ears, right?
And he goes, I'm not supposed to be here. I was an underdog all my life. This guy, literally, that's what makes those stories so good, just like most people. He had to fight. He had to work hard, man. Nothing ever given to this kid. And now he's the UFC featherweight champion. Is he... now we wait. I mean, there's Cub Swanson, who he's fought. There's Frankie Edgar, of course, and already we know from Max Holloway that he is going to. He said he's not going to. He's going to clean out the division. He's going to actually want to fight everyone that deserves it and become a fighting champion. And I'm just wondering for Jose Aldo, who even his body language walking to the octagon, boss, I don't know why, whether it was, again, the usual tough weight cut, but he looked different. He looked older. And I'm not taking anything away from Holloway and even favorites. Aldo, but Aldo, that wasn't just a loss, man. That seemed to be, this is it, a burial. You know, this guy's, where does he go?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think also being a hometown, sometimes it might backfire for you. Maybe there was a lot of pressure for him because he started fading slowly but surely.
But he's faded before. We saw against Mark
Hoffman. Yeah, but against Edgar he didn't fade, and that was his last one.
Edgar was really prime. Well. But that's what I'm saying, and I just, he doesn't have exactly the best relationship with the UFC.
All right. Oh, Vitor Belfort.
Vitor Belfort. Yeah, Vitor Belfort fought
Nate Marquardt. I was okay with the decision. I thought that initial takedown, I thought Vitor was going to have a hard night, but man, I mean, the stand-up was a little quick, I feel, but you should try to, you should try to improve your situation down there. All Vitor did was tie him up, took 0 damage down there, and, Nate did the hard part. He got him down. Put the pressure on him. Get your arms, there's ways to free up your arm. You can't just keep your arms locked up. There's ways to come in and bring your thumb inside towards his hip to free up your arm and start working him with elbows. And he had a chance. He started that fight off great. And then he let Vitor just get back in it right away.
Can you explain to me this kick Vitor throws? He throws this big booming left kick, which is very effective. But it always, even though it works, it looks really
telegraphed,
clumsy, and even though it's not, it's a weird kick. I don't think I see anybody else throw a kick. Like you almost feel him winding up and throwing a kick. Like nobody else throws a kick like that.
A straight up high kick.
The way his method of throwing that big left is maybe it is telegraphed.
I don't. I mean, sometimes he'll throw it, and then the guys will block it, and the second they block it, he'll come in and blitz them. And every time a couple of times when Nate was up against that cage, he was went for a nice. He was throwing some combinations, some uppercuts, and nothing landed too clean. Where I don't remember Nate really being hurt too bad, right? I mean, he weathered a lot of that.
Yeah,
but I was okay with the decision. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I was fine with it too.
What about you, Aljo?
No, I like the decision. I think he's gonna now fight for another 3 years, but
he was saying afterwards
he had 5 fights left. He said, "Is that what it was?"
So he's 50. He said it's crazy, but
how old is he now?
It's got to be right. I think he's 39.
No, Vitor? He's older than that, isn't he?
Maybe I'm full of
shit. He was 40 already.
39?
Yeah, he might be 40, right?
Yeah. You got to check these Brazilian guys with their ages. They're kind of like chicks with that.
Yeah, it says he's 40.
My old roommate, Rodrigo, was 29 for 3 years. They go, dude, we're the same age. What are you, bullshit? Fucking, we had a birthday cake. They put his real age on there. He's like, what? So guys are serious, man. Guys are serious. They lie about their age.
Yeah, they do it in show business, too.
You know, it was my birthday. You know, it was my birthday over the weekend.
I did not know that. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
How old were you?
43.
43?
43. 43, buddy.
Well, that's fine.
It's hard to say for me.
I understand. I'm 49 in July. I think I feel.
You round up at this point.
Yeah.
Might as well be 45. Where 42 was I'm 41, 42, 40. I'm 40.
Yeah.
Guys now, I'm 43, 43.
You round up to get used to saying it. I'll be 49 in July. So it's I keep telling myself I'm 50. I'm just, for the next year and a half, I'll say that. Fuck it when it happens.
You can't say, I know. Longo's 59. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
He's 59.
59?
I'm worried about the old man.
Why?